Then we can start.
Another 16 now on website.
Okay. So,
Speaker is ready. We should start.
yeah, Kishan is ready. Let us ask him. Yeah.
As soon as the speaker is ready, we can start actually.
Moise?
Meanwhile, Madhusudhan Joshi can talk about World Health Day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure. I welcome all the participants on behalf of College of General Practitioners, Hyderabad. 7th of April is World Health Day as declared by WHO. I would request Dr. Madhusudhan Joshi to talk about the World Health Day and its importance before the speaker gets ready. Madhusudhan Joshi, please.
Thank you very much, sir. And it's really a pleasure to talk in front of the President, Telangana President and President-elect, you Chairman, Secretary of the Telangana, Secretary of the CGP. I think our IMA Hyderabad City branch members still have to join. So welcome to all of them. And World Health Day was decided to celebrate, and it was thought that we can have a theme every year. And the theme will be deciding what action should be taken. Like every year, whatever is the health issue, that is taken into consideration. And since this year the theme is fairer and healthier world, we have to think of fairer. Earlier, it was there for the diabetes. It was there for hypertension. Similarly, this year.
Sir,
Current discussions are. So, actually, more than that, I would like to use this time to introduce our CGP itself, because this College of General Practitioner, Hyderabad, is one of the first of the College of General Practitioners started in India. This was started in 1960 by people who had come from UK. Actually, they had studied and they wanted to have a equivalent organization to update all the doctors about the latest happening. So in 1960, I should say hats off to them that in those days they had such a vision that they decided to form a College of General Practitioners equivalent to Royal College of General Practitioners, and they started having academic activity. And it expanded further, and after Hyderabad, the Delhi and Bombay also had a College of General Practitioner. And we should be thankful to the erstwhile IMA heads that they have not merged this College of General Practitioner Hyderabad, College of General Practitioner Mumbai and Delhi into the National College of General Practitioners, because that's a common body. And this is a body which has got a history behind it, which has been having historical activity. So it is really pleasure that we are all associated with, and we all have allowed it to grow. There were stalwarts like Colonel Wagre, there were stalwarts like our Dr. Ramkrishna Satawalekar's mother, Shantabai Satawalekar. She was also a pioneer in those days. Dr. Parkakar, Dr. Wagre,
Davre.
Dr. Davre, and Dr. Naidu. There were many stalwarts in those days. And later on, even Dr. B.S. Reddy, Jain, B.K. Naik, Sabu Saab, Sahai Saab, all these people have joined the movement, and they have continued this college. And I would request our President, Telangana President Garu and Kaboye President Garu, that I think we should continue the history and allow to flourish this college into a major historical institution attached to Hyderabad, Telangana, because Telangana was premier to start this kind of institute. If Dr. Kishan is ready, because I will otherwise be going on, we can as well.
Okay, thank you, Joshi, for your introduction. Let me welcome.
Program is going on.
Okay, can everybody mute, please? Then I can speak. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Okay. So on behalf of College of General Practitioners, Hyderabad, along with Dr. IMA Hyderabad City and IMA State, Telangana, it's my proud privilege to welcome all of you for this webinar. Today's Dr. Madhusudhan Joshi's Endowment Oration. In fact, today is Dr. Joshi's birthday. So happy birthday, Dr. Joshi. He was the man who was behind this moment of celebrating his birthday on this World Health Day. Everybody knows that today is the World Health Day. As Joshi has rightly said about the college, the legacy of our forefathers who have done this, we should not forget their contribution in establishing this College of General Practitioners with the history of almost 60 years. 1960 they started. Dr. Karmarkar, then the National Health Minister, had inaugurated her office at IMA building. So we have a very long history, very senior members who had continued this momentum of continuing this college, like Dr. Sai, Dr. R.N.K. Bhargav, B.K. Naik, Dr. Sabu and all. We are continuing that. In fact, I think there should not be any problem for continuing this, because we are nowhere coming in between any CGP of IMA or anybody. We have an independent body, independent registered body. We conduct Journal Club every Tuesday, which I have been doing last 50 years. We meet on Tuesday, and we do and then we conduct refresher courses every year. We give fellowship to people. Almost 200 to 300 people have been given fellowship up till now. So college has its own history, own legacy. I think it should be continued. Since Dr. Laukumar Reddy is here, I gave him in detail and I'll also explain him about the whole of college. We don't have any what you call contribution from IMA. We're not asking money from IMA, neither from the state or the center. So it has its own this thing. But because of this COVID, we have not been able to meet for last 1.5 years. Once the COVID is over, we'll continue our project or whatever we have been doing. So my request to Dr. Laukumar Reddy, Ram, and everybody, that we should see that the college functions is normal functions. Anyway, to continue with this, I welcome Dr. Kishan, today's orator. I welcome Dr. Chairman of our college, Dr. Ramkrishna Satwalekar, Laukumar Reddy, President of IMA Telangana, Dr. Bhendra, President-elect. I believe President of Karimnagar also is there. I welcome him also. Dr. B.N. Reddy, Secretary there. And all the participants who have been here on this webinar. So, welcome to all. And I now request our Chairman, Dr. Ramkrishna Satwalekar, to give his opening address. Ram.
Good afternoon. I welcome all the participants who have taken place in the webinar today. The theme for this year is building a fairer and healthier world as declared by the WHO. I do not want to stand between you and the speaker. I welcome today's speaker, who is going to talk on a very, very relevant topic. And I'm sure it will interest all of us. And we look forward to you, sir, for a very healthy contribution towards a good, healthy human being. Welcome, Dr. Kishan. Over to you, sir.
Before Dr. Kishan gives his oration, a few lines, because his biodata runs in few pages. Let me read it in brief. Dr. Kishan Porundala did his MBBS from Kakati Medical College, Warangal. Is MD Psychiatry from Usmania Medical College. Right now, he's the professor and head of Department of Psychiatry at the Prathima Institute of Medical Sciences, Karimnagar. Well, his area of interest are research in psychotherapy, rehabilitation of psychiatry, preventive psychiatry, spirituality, and mental health. He has an innumerable publication on his credit. It runs in many pages, so I won't be going into that. But Suffice to say that almost 100 to 200 papers are on his credit. He was the founder member of the Raghuvamani Reddy Oration Award in Psychiatry, Dr. Shekhar Reddy Oration in Pathology, Prashanti Hospital Oration Award, founder of Shanti Society of Wellness, founder secretary of Karimnagar Psychiatry Society. Lot of awards and honors on his credit, both from in private and government agencies. Received the Indian Medical Association National Award 2014 at Nellore. Appointed for members district level services Karimnagar AP state government in 2007. Then Vaidhyo Ratna Award by the Mother Foundation of Ravindra Bharati in 2014. Lot of humanitarian services by Dr. Kishan, like he has the opened that Prashanti Hospital, is having does various camps in community for psychiatric patients. Visited various countries to attend conferences. In fact, he has attended almost all the annual meetings, both at Toronto, San Diego, Washington, San Francisco, New York. Presented a symposium of the 4th global meeting of spirituality and mental health, which was done in Jerusalem. Conducted conferences and CMEs. He's a member of International Fellow of American Psychiatric Society, member of APA Caucus in Spirituality and Religion, member of Complementary and Alternative Medicine, Fellow of Indian Psychiatric Society, member of Lions Club of Hyderabad International. Contribution to various journals. Position held, he was the president of Indian Psychiatric Society, president Indian Medical Association, Karimnagar 2015-16, convener of the Task Force in Spirituality and Mental Health. Right now, present position, as I said, president of the South Zone Indian Psychiatric Society, serving as the IPS ESCO convener of the membership subcommittee, Indian Psychiatric Society, awards committee member, Indian Medical Association, Karimnagar, secretary, Karimnagar Psychiatric Society, advisor, IMA Land Development Committee. Well, it runs in still pages. Suffice is a really legendary in the Psychiatric Society that Dr. Kishan represents. I wholeheartedly welcome Dr. Kishan. He can go ahead and give his oration. Thank you. You can unmute Dr. Kishan. Unmute yourself.
So there's a request from IMA Karimnagar branch. Dr. B.N. Rao want to go to Hyderabad, sir. You want to complete.
Also, he wants to speak. Yeah, he can give 2 minutes here. Dr. B.N. Rao. B.N. Rao, can you speak for two minutes?
No. I just want to hand over the bouquet to
Okay.
to Dr. Kishan.
Okay, thank you, Dr. B.N. Rao. So on behalf of college and on behalf of state IMA, Dr. B.N. Rao is presenting a bouquet to Dr. Kishan. Thank you, Dr. B.N. Rao.
On behalf of chairman and secretary of CGP, I'm presenting bouquet to Dr. B.N. Rao.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Here's the secretary, sir, Dr. Ramkiran.
Thank you, doctor.
Dr. Ramkiran, secretary IMA.
Yeah.
Secretary IMA, I'm presenting bouquet on behalf of state branch, Dr. Kumar Reddy, as well as CGP, sir.
Thank you. I think Dr. B.N. Rao is honoring Dr. Kishan with a shawl and a bouquet. But we compliment and congratulate Dr. B.N. Rao and Secretary of Karimnagar for coming and already accepting to come and do these honors.
Yeah. Can we give the memento and certificate also? In advance?
Yeah.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think now everybody should mute this thing. Dr. Kishan will start his oration.
Thank you very much, sir, for Telangana State Branch, IMA, as well as CGP, Chairman Satwarkar sir, Secretary Dilip Banishali, founder of the Oration, Dr. Joshi sir, is my elder brother and was the first student from my institution, that Institute of Mental Health, Hyderabad. Recently, we had a global meet of IMH alumni, and sir is the first student from Usmania Medical College from Psychiatry. I'm proud to receive uh, BN Rao, thanks to BN Rao, sir, received this oration of Dr. Joshi, the prestigious oration. As Dr. Joshi is a senior-most man, is the first qualified, is the elder brother to all Hyderabad Psychiatry field, as well as Telangana State Branch, as well as United Andhra. That is, they are postgraduates from Institute of Mental Health, Hyderabad, distributed over the Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and South India. So Dr. Joshi is like elder brother to all of us. Thank you very much, sir, for choosing me for this honor. So let me start my talk very humbly. And thanks to Dr. Dilip Banishal, sir, is always, since beginning, you are all model for me, sir, in IMA. Dr. Lavkumar Reddy, sir,
Thank you.
State Branch President. Sir, I think Lavkumar Reddy has to address a few words before my talk. Sir is there? Okay. Let me start my talk.
Yeah.
As everybody knows this.
Kishan, Dr. Lavkumar Reddy garu unnaru, but after your talk, he will comment about your talk also.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Sorry for So I want to start this talk with what is the concept of health and body-mind continuum. So today's talk, the Vaidhyo Narayano relevance also in both psychiatry as well as the medicine. So wrote in both, and we cannot separate body and mind. So let me tell about health. Health is the meaning heal and heal the thy, then healing the self. Before doctors should start healing the patients, we should know what is a complete self. There are two types of selves. One is the ordinary self, that is the self, that is ego. Also a learned superficial self, the body and mind, and social self, which is an egoistic creation. But there is a true self, which is a spiritual self, that is observing self, which is a witness in all of us. Can you close these windows? Thank you. So coming to what is the doctor-patient relationship, which is very important today to talk, and role of empathy in doctor-patient relationship in all fields of psychiatry. It is not only doctor-patient relationship, it is a relationship between the patient as well as the health community. For example, it may be a psychiatric social worker, it may be a psychotherapist, a counselor in the general practice, and a physiotherapist. There is a relationship which is a therapeutic between the patient and a clinician who is delivering the health services. Doctor-patient relationship is a therapeutic relationship, which is a working alliance, refers to the relationship between the healthcare professional and the client. We don't call patient, especially in psychiatry, we call them as clients. Empathy plays an important role in the therapeutic relationship. Empathy has many different definitions that covers a broad range of emotional states, including caring for other people and having desire to help them, experiencing emotions as if putting doctor's feet into patient's shoe. And here I don't want to explain what is being. There's a being in every being. But what is well-being? What is the ill-being? Well-being is the individual's experience as well as contentment, satisfaction of the past, optimism for the future, and happiness in the present. Ill-being, a state of lacking health, happiness, and contentment. Why I am including well-being? WHO definition itself. So the health includes, target of health is make the clients to well-being. So what is illness and wellness? This is a continuum what I am talking is, here the patients will come to our clinic, but there's a domain of illness domain, which is downward, the wellness domain, which is upward. In the illness domain, here, the lowest level is maybe like chronic schizophrenic, a wandering lunatic, or a severe diabetic with all ketotic complications. Any medical disease, it's a severe form. Any psychiatric disorder in a severe form, this is a severe illness. But our target of treatment of all health system is make them, this is a treatment paradigm to make them normal. This is becoming the goal in the world, presently, especially in materialistic world. So the talk today, what I am concentrating is make them the first itself, when the patient approaching the clinic, we should start this domain. Your plan should start here. You have to make him to become normal, this level. Then at the same time, your planning includes to how to make them to wellness domain. The in wellness is a higher wellness and different levels of wellness also there. So in the doctor-patient relationship, it's also the empathy is also the ability to feel and share another person's emotions. The basic capacity to recognize emotions is probably innate, because all doctors may not have same empathy levels. All doctors may not become a leading doctors. So this depends upon the empathy level of that particular doctor and their family background, and whether it's evolved or not. These are all inclusive. It can be trained. The empathy can be trained, and it can be cultivated, and it can be achieved with various degrees of intensity and accuracy. Some can adequately develop their empathy to an altruistic level. That's the highest level of empathy, where the doctor evolves into a god. What we say is like a god, sir. If he touches my illness will come down. That is the level of some clinicians will get that. That is called probably equal to Vaidhyo, Narayano, Hari level, which is a well-known Indian saying. You will not see this Vaidhyo, Narayana Hari anywhere in the West. In the West, clients tell that I'm doctor. Yes, doctor, I paid for this time. I purchased the time. That is the relationship between doctor-patient relationship in the West. But here, the concept is completely different in the Eastern countries, especially in India. We even, not only Vaidhyo Narayana Hari, we call the Rogi Devo Bhava here. What is it? After talk. So this is also, there are two words I want to cover, Vaidhyo Narayana Hari. At the same time, we call Dr. Boomereddy tells here the legend of a great surgeon in Karimnagar, is educated from All India Institute. He tells that Rogi Devo Bhava. So if you see the patient as a god, automatically you will evolve into a Vaidhyo Narayana Hari. That is the main advice he teaches from his experience of experience. And it also, I listen the same thing from the Asian Institute of founder that that the Asian Institute of Gastroenterology also founder tells frequently about this. This is this concept where the with this empathy, highest level empathy, the doctor can see being in every being. It may be enemy of the enemy, it may be friend, it may be rich, it may be poor, even not only human beings. The whole concept of Indian concept of God is Daridra Narayana Hari is also one concept. So you see the God in everywhere, in all beings, even in inanimate, in trees, and everywhere. That is a concept. That is why we take name Sai Ram. This is a God's name. These are all names. Kishan, Vishnu. All these names are God's names. Here we put God's names because our purpose of this life is to evolve into a godly level. That is the concept. That is called Daridra Narayana Hari. Vaidhyo Narayano Hari, Rogi Devo. This is ingrained in our culture where we have to evolve. This life is for evolution in any profession. It may be medical profession. In any profession, we can see this concept, especially in Indian life. So here you can see in higher level of well-being, higher level of empathy, godly being is the highest empathy. You see the Buddha, you see the Jesus Christ, you see Lord Krishna here. Here Buddha sat, and you can see a very cruel animal, a lion here, and an elephant, very sattvic animal, but sitting just around Buddha with all like one family. So a person who is evolved in higher level, there's empathy in him, empathy in the surrounding level, in all beings. That is the really higher level of well-being. That is why we call Buddha as a Vishnu avatar. You can take Christ. These are a lot of beings around him. You can see the Lord Krishna. So these are different beings because with love and compassion and empathy. This is the goal of Indian life. This is the message of not only Indian life. You see the Western, same concept everywhere. So how to improve empathy, how to feel the godliness in the patient in our profession, then we can understand what is Vaidhyo Narayan Hari and Rogi Devo Bhava. Let me introduce a spirituality concept in our healthcare, which is our routine practice where I am developing my own concepts in spirituality in healthcare. In world WHO definition, state health is a state of physical, mental, social well-being of an individual and not merely absence of the disease. You see here, we are not coming by. Just check whether I'm coming or not. Is this coming? Yeah. Okay. So in present physicians, maybe psychiatrists or general practitioners, any healthcare professional, putting all his efforts to treat physically and mentally ill persons from extreme illness to near normalcy only. Some of the doctors may are trying to utilize the recent scientific advances in medicine and psychiatry to prevent illness, not only illness, but in wellness domain, the prevention, primary prevention, secondary prevention, tertiary levels of prevention and rehabilitation and reintegrating in society, promoting wellness, not only in normal well-being, in higher level of wellness. You see the wellness in Abraham, for example, Abraham Lincoln, Abdul Kalam, Aravindo. These are all different human beings, evolved human beings. So in psychiatry, now we are doing a therapy. I'm having a wellness clinic in third floor of my hospital where we practice, we'll give yoga sessions as well as the mantra yoga, as a Gayatri therapy, as Mrityunjaya therapy for different conditions. So we tell not only normal patients, not only treated patients, even normal human beings, normal persons can come to for wellness, how to evolve to higher level of beingness. That is possible in this domain of wellness. Next, biopsychosocial spiritual model. This is a model recent last 2 decades floating around the world in the health domain. Biopsychosocial social model is an old model where it encourages comprehensive understanding of the disease or disorder. Disease is a body, disease, that is body disease, then disorder, losing of the mind order, that is a disorder for mind. There may be disease or disorder. This biopsychosocial social model is the olden model. Now the Texas Health Academy of Physicians introduced this new concept of biopsychosocial spiritual model. That's a new model in treatment as well as the wellness domain. Especially, they lot of tons of literature is available about the impact of religion and spirituality in health. That is why, because of that evidence, they included this biopsychosocial spiritual model. Inclusion of spiritual dimension is further supported and based on its bidirectional interaction with other 3 biological, psychological, social, and spiritual domains. You can see this slide, how spirituality affects the social life, how spirituality affects the psychological thinking, how spiritual life affects the morality of the patient, how spiritual life changes the somatic presentations. So you can see this bidirectional. Biology will ever change the spirituality. The spirituality will change the biology. So we can discuss this concept in further slides. So what is spirituality? Whether religion and spirituality is same. And we are not encouraging religion in the any world forums. We want to encourage the spirituality. So Royal College is never discuss about religion, but always talks about spirituality. Spirituality is an evolving concept to make whole world is a one global family. So let me tell about spirituality definition. This definition, what I am giving is from George Washington University of Spirituality. This is spirituality is recognized as a factor that contributes to the health in many persons and is a concept which is expressed as an individual search for ultimate meaning of life through participation in religion or through belief in God or belief in family or belief in naturalism, rationalism, humanism, and the arts, even communism. That means the spiritual person, to attain the spirituality, there is no need to believe the God. A communist, a rationalist can also become a spiritualist. That is the concept of spirituality. This is nothing to do with whether spiritual, to reach the spirituality, you have to believe the God. So just if you find the meaning of life, and if it is that is target of your life, certainly you have to evolve into the higher level being. That is the purpose of spirituality, and spiritual, all science of spirituality tells about this. So here we are developed some concepts about this, how to improve the empathy, how to improve the well-being. These are all depends upon our therapy. Proposed therapy is involving the biopsychosocial spiritual approach. And there is we know the basic concept is every individual is born with a unique neurobiology, unique body. You cannot prevent Down syndrome. You cannot prevent diabetes, which is already familiar. Everybody knows that. To some extent you can prevent, but you cannot stop total biology. That is called relative prarabdha. That is match fixed. Whatever you are born, your 50% comes from your mother, 50% comes from the father, and it also parampara genes will come. So it is relatively prarabdha. Can we change this prarabdha? Yes, we can. That is the proper, that is the hypothesis. Every individual is also born to unique biopsychosocial spiritual environment, because if any person born in a Muslim family, he was trained in his childhood how to go to namaz, how to put a Islamic cap. At the same time, a person who born in a Hindu culture, the mother trains how to pray the God, how to go to temple, these are all the routine things which was already over. By becoming an adult, already childhood is over. So that is also relative prarabdha. Your social life, almost your childhood is completed. Your biopsychosocial spiritual is half completed. So this is prarabdha can be changed or not changed. By birth, it is this prarabdha, that means praptam. In Telangana, what is mana praptam andi, adi inka manam marchalem. No, by birth it is relatively fixed. By practicing psychotherapy or abhyasa, what we call psychic karma. If you do abhyasa, krishito nasti durbhiksham. No, this is all Indian saying. By abhyasa karma or psychic karma, by practice, it can be changed. So you can change the neurobiology, you can change the genes. That is the latest concept of genetic and gene expression, all the things. This is the Markandeyan phenomenon, which I quote in my talks. Bhakta Markanda, everybody knows in India, he has to die below 14 years. That is his prarabdha. But he changed his prarabdha by using Mrityunjaya mantra sadhana, that by mantra yoga, he changed his mortal 14, he has to die by 14 years, but he changed his life to immortality by Mrityunjaya mantra. Well, Mrityunjaya mantra is documented, and we are using that mantra in bipolar disorders. So this is a well-known phenomenon. We can change our neurobiology by practice. How can we change? There we have to go to the literature and to the things. Let me restrict my talk to the present topic. So in doctor-patient relationship, there's a worldview and global view concept is coming. So what is global view? What is global view and worldview of a doctor? What is global view and worldview of a patient? The success and failure of every clinician patient depends upon the global view of the patient, global view of the client. Whether the doctor is touching the global view of the patient or not. So we can divide the whole world human beings into three categories. One category is God-believing religious persons, that is in this category Hindus, Muslims and Christians. Non-God-believing religious persons, these are Buddhists and Jainists. Non-religious, because here Buddhists and Jainists, they don't believe God, but they are religious persons. But non-religious, non-God believing religious persons, they are racialists and communists. They don't believe the God. They are not religious persons, but they believe that nature is something, nature is having some power which is running the whole Prakriti. But these groups, unless every patient will have their own global view. If you get a communist patient, you have to understand with empathy what is his global view. If you get any patient, you have to go to caste, creed, religion, everything. So then only you can assess his global view. Then he can taper your health delivery services according to that needs, and the success rate will be high. So here in my hospital, we are having my own module of yoga. So NIMHANS, National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, developing yoga module for every disease. For example, schizophrenia is having its own generic module of yoga, like paracetamol. You can take Crocin, Dolo 650, are generic modules. But there is a general names of different companies, but paracetamol is same. So if you go to any yoga school, every school will have their own yoga. But we, some group of yoga specialists are developing generic modules of yoga. For what is a module for schizophrenia? What is a yoga module schedule for the bipolar disorder? What is a yoga module for the depression? Like that, NIMHANS is developing this yoga module. Like that, we are also having Prashanti Hospital in Karimnagar having its own yoga module. And in that, we are having 4 tracks. Track 1, which is standing asanas. Track 2, the lying down asanas. Track 3, and that's mudra pranayama. Track mudra pranayama. That's pranayama will come in third. Track 3, track 4, chakras. This is chakras. Nobody tells about these chakras and about that neuronal basis of chakras, how to attain the kundalini, all this vital energy, how to practice, how to improve the energy. Unless you changes the hardware, how to repair the hardware, we cannot install the software. So this is for yoga is a basic yoga is necessary to change the neuronal changes of the brain. Then you have to prepare the hard disk better, hardware better. Then only you can install the software. That is what are the therapy modules we have to do. So before that, we having our own module of therapy. Anybody can ask this module to my email. I can give that. We can give training for 1 week for anybody who volunteers, which is routine program going on in my hospital. So what is yoga? Everybody know, every street yoga teachers are there, but people are not getting real benefit of yoga. So why they are not getting? So here yoga asana is not the exercise. It is not no to decrease the weight. All this is not actually it is not exercise. Asana means the existence. Existence without doing anything. That is asana. Sanskrit meanings are here. Let us understand what is real asanas. Asana means a posture. There is no movement in asana. So what is asana then? Movement is the means attaining the asana. Sthira sukham asanam is the real asana. Steady and comfortable posture is the asana. So that means if you do a Surya Namaskara posture, if you do a Dhanurasana, if you do a Halasana, attaining that asana is a movement. But after attainment, you have to maintain that with mindfulness. Then only you will get the benefit. Then only the benefit. I will give the what is the benefit, how the people will get benefit. The mirror concept I will describe in next slides. So what the yoga, what is the science behind yoga? If you want to flow to yoga, this yoga helps the empathy development. That's why I'm quoting yoga here. Yoga improves psychological test performance. Yoga improves it decreases the latency and higher amplitude of evoked potentials, increases the gray matter, it lowers the cortisol levels, that is a stress hormone. It decreases the oxidative stress. It increases the quality of life. Then how yoga works? Here, teacher is telling, the students are following. Simply, the yoga students are following the teacher, that is, they are mirroring the teacher. So here you see, whole civilization, one young generation is learning from the senior generation. You see, if you touch the nose, the other follower touch the nose. So here, there's a lot of, you see, if you protrude the mouth, child will protrude the mouth. If you are doing yawning, child do yawning. If you protrude the mouth, he protrudes. If you protrude the tongue, he protrudes. So like this, he mimicking the other person is a learning process where these mirror neurons are stimulated. So let me tell what is mirror neuron at all. So what is the mirror neurons? So mirror neurons are invented 2 decades back by German scientists. Here you can see this experiment. If any individual mixing the food, in precentral gyri, that is the motor cortex, there are neurons, lot of neurons are firing when you are mixing the food. When you are not mixing the food, just you are seeing other is mixing food, that means your son is mixing the food. The 20% of neurons in precentral gyrus, that is motor cortex, are firing. Here 100% are firing. Here 20% of motor neurons are firing. These neurons are called mirror neurons. That means you are not mixing the food, but you are just seeing the food. Only your son is mixing the food. So like that, this is demonstrated in the monkey. This is a monkey's hand. So when monkey is mixing the food, what are the neurons are firing? How many neurons are firing? When monkey is just seeing, when others are mixing the food, how many neurons are firing? These are 20% of motor neurons are firing. These are called mirror neurons. When you are mirroring, the neurons are firing. There is no connection. Just you are seeing, but mirror neurons are firing. At the same time, mirror neurons are 3 types. Sensory mirror neurons, motor mirror neurons, and empathy neuron. So what are sensory? What are if you do massage, if you are taking massage instead of mixing the food, the sensory cortex, lot of sensory neurons are firing. When you are seeing, when your son is getting massaged, the 10% of sensory cortex neurons are firing. So sensory neurons also, they are mirror sensory neurons. Motor neurons also, they are mirror motor neurons. And there's empathy neurons. For example, my student is sitting here, fan is moving. When fan is falling on my student, suddenly I'll go and touch. I want to protect him immediately, because there's a link between myself and my student, that is Guru Chela relationship. When there's no connection, but automatically I'm moving. Why? What is the link between the movement and the fan fall? So that is the empathy on my student. For example, there is my son is sat, that my movement is very fast. My neighbor's son is sitting there, my movement is a little slow. Because empathy between your son is very big, a very big amount, and neighbor's son, because you feel that is a neighbor's son, not your son. So this is the level of empathy. For example, somebody is pricking his head. Oh, somebody is pricking, be careful. You feel that as if somebody is pricking your head. So what is the science between these two? Somebody is pricking his head. What is the problem for me? But you are getting the response, because there is a connection between him and me that is making me to prick pain. But if that fellow, you please, somebody is pricking, be careful. The fellow is not listen. He 10 times he pricking, that fellow is getting pricked. So then you will see that, okay, he's not listening. And my skin is different, his skin is different. Why should I bother about him? So this is the separation. That is, skin is separating between one individual to another individual. We tell that, oh, that fellow is thick skin fellow. That means the person who is having less empathy is a thick skin people. The person who is having less empathy is a thin skin people. So this is called empathy neurons. If V.S. Ramchandran says this, empathy neurons are Gandhi neurons. Because Gandhi is having a lot of empathy during that freedom movement. So he stripped his class because a lot of people, 80% or 70% of Indian people are not having proper class. So he empathized with Indians. That's why he became a leader. So the person who is having empathy become a great leaders. The person, a doctor will having empathy, become a great doctor. The person is having, like that any profession, the empathy will become a great in that particular profession. This is called empathy neurons. This is important in culture, transfer from culture from one civilization to another generation of civilization. This is the empathy neuron. This is a neurological basis of how from one generation another generation empathy goes. What that is helps that one family background doctor is more empathy, other family background is less empathy. It differs about the brought up culture and other levels, but empathy can be trained. So yoga and motor neuron system. One learns yoga from the teacher. Posture have to be imitated. Performing them with mindfulness. Without mindfulness, without anubhava. That's why in my yoga module, there's anubhava yoga at the end of the track. The 10 steps in first track, the 8 steps in second track. After the completion of that track, we ask the people to lie down in Shavasana, memorize all steps. So that means our clientele is not having awareness, low awareness. That's why we make them to feel it, feel the yoga. Then with mindfulness, that the mirror neurons will be stimulated. So unless you mindful, you will not, the mirror neurons will be not be stimulated. That is the important principle in yoga. Attention towards synchronized breathing with the movements leading to the postures. Remain physically relaxed, accept the posture. Focus on experiences with each posture. Specific breathing practices in yoga will all improve the coherence. These are the areas will be stimulated. And I'm skipping a lot of slides here because I want to close the role of yoga, improving the empathy. So yoga improves the oxytocin level. Yoga improves the motor neuron system. This will improve the social cognition in the patient population, illness population. In wellness population also, it improves the empathy and it helps our evolution as a doctor, as any profession, as a leader, as anything. So empathy neurons are the basis of Rogi Devova or Vaidhyo Narayana Hari. Or every human being is a god, that is a concept. With this, we will develop the Ekatmata Bhava. So if we remove the skin, my skin as my student's skin, if anybody is pricking in head of my student, certainly I'll get prick in my head. This is the experimental double-blind studies are completed on these mirror neurons. And if there is no skin between two individuals, if anybody pricking on one individual, another individual also get that prick because skin is separating from one individual to another individual. That is why skin is very important in separating two individuals or two beings. And if you become less thick skinned people, that means empathy is more, you'll be more civilized person. That is empathy universe. That's the pivot of human civilization. Let me tell, if no, I think most of the doctors will not accept in today's practice how to be exist a Vaidhyo. Is it possible in today's materialistic world by paying crores of donation? How can he be evolved to Vaidhyo Narayano? So there is a lot of dogmas, lot of impressions. The young generation is coming to the practice with lot of phantoms in the brain. What I call is phantom, something which is already conditioned brain. I have given 2 crores as a donation, 1 crore as a donation, and have to earn immediately. There is a phantom in every individual. And I have spent a lot of money, I have to earn back. The interest rate is this much. These are all things, how to remove these blocks, conditions. This is an experiment by V.S. Ramchandran. I'll quote this experiment. This is a therapy done by V.S. Ramchandran, the phantom limb therapy, for which he got Padma Shri Award from Indian government. V.S. Ramchandran is based on Chennai. He is born in Chennai Orthodox family and is migrated to California. He treated a phantom limb pain patient with a $3 mirror. Here there's a mirror everybody can see. This is a $3 mirror. Actually, he was sanctioned by a research funding agency, lot of $1 lakh fund, but he treated the phantom limb with $3 mirror. So you see this patient his limb is amputated, left upper limb is amputation was done. This patient came to V.S. Ramchandran with phantom limb pain. This patient suffered with deformed limb of upper limb with severe excruciating pain with deformation of upper limb, left upper limb, because he under his road traffic accident. There's a multiple fractures in the left upper limb and deformities also there over the span of 2 years. Then he developed severe excruciating pain. Then automatically because of excruciating pain, they removed team of doctors removed their its upper limb and amputation. After amputation, is regularly coming to V.S. Ramchandran is a neurologist. He seen this case, and this is a clear-cut phantom pain, and nobody is able to treat that. But he treated with putting a $3 mirror. With that, he asked this patient to clap like this for 3 weeks. So where only one palm is there, right palm, in the mirror, that with image is clapping, with 3 weeks clapping continuous, the neurons basis as re-synapse, and slowly after 3 weeks, the client came, oh doctor, my phantom excruciating pain is gone. So how this is happened? So here what is happening? Patient is seeing what is happening here in the clapping every day, 2 times for 3 weeks. So during this clapping, his image is going through eyes from retina to occipital lobe. So here this patient suffered 2 years with excruciating pain with deformed left upper limb. Because of that pain impulses is left is precentral, the postcentral gyri, that is sensory area. That palm area, the hypertrophy. There are a lot of synapses which migrated to the surrounding area of parietal lobe. So now with this clapping, whatever the 2 years new painful synapses happened, because this clapping with this image feedback through eyes through retina to occipital lobe, the deformed limb has gone, and this replaced the synapses replaced by the is a normal palm, 2 normal palms. So reorganization of the synapses happened in the parietal lobe. So is the deformed limb, which is having organic basis, is gone. Now that pain after 6 weeks, total pain gone. Then he told the patient, came to see us Ramchandran, oh doctor, my phantom gone, my phantom disappeared. So this is the basis of all our past painful memories, past prejudices about caste, religion, groups in politics. We develop hatred on that group. So these are all conditionings. These are all phantoms in our mind. This can be practiced. This can be removed by yoga. So where you see here Buddha sat, what happened in Buddha? He has seen something in his kingdom which is very painful continuously. He has to find the solution for the painful life. So he sat under the tree where the Prakriti is there. He got all distortions, all these phantoms, how to resolve the phantoms. Then he told to his Sishyas that it became a Buddhism. So what he has done, he kept himself as a mirror to his experiences. He has seen his life again, what has happened, what are the phantoms are there in his mind, so which can be treated in the self-meditation or repeating meditation of the past memories with correcting, that is Muni and Rishi. What is Muni? If you are sitting with Mauna, that is Mauni become Muni. By that, you can become Rishi, right way of seeing. Sanskrit meaning of Rishi is right way of seeing. Here, what Buddha is doing is seeing in a right way, which is painful memories. So you become painless. We can see the same past without pain. So that is the therapy which has given Buddha, that is Vipassana he has given to human race. So here you can see before that, this is the Ashtanga Yoga method as given by Patanjali, which is told by Shiva to Patanjali, which is the Adi Yogi. So these 8 steps, I don't want to tell every step. Everybody knows Yama is a good and bad, Niyama are principles, Asana is postures, and Pranayama are that 4 steps. Then Pratyahara, controlling of 4 senses like crocodile, or 5 protrudes from crocodile. If you control 5 senses, then you can control your mind better. So dharana is a focusing mind. Dhyana is you are meditating on that goal, then you become identified samadhi. If you want to become Vaidhyo Narayano, you are become evolved being like a Bumreddy, Dr. Lakshmana is a great Dr. Sridhar Rao in Karimnagar, very senior doctors. We had having orations on their name, because if you are practicing, if you are focusing on them, certainly if you become identified, you become a better doctor. That is the thing. So here, this is Sandhya Vandanam, is a routine traditional practice in India. Every Orthodox family will do it, especially in some families this is continuing, but still, what is the basis of this? Here in Sandhya Vandana, every day, average Indian from Orthodox family will do Sandhya Vandanam in 3 times. Morning Sandhya, afternoon, 12 o'clock, and evening. So Trikala Sandhya connects the human being with the Prakriti. So he prays the God as a, I don't want to tell everything, it takes 2 days workshop, but he connects between the Prakriti. So Prakriti, what is the sky? You will see sky in the morning, you will see the afternoon sky, you will see the evening sky. And you do Dashadik Namaskara 3 times. So Dik Namaskara. So as a God, the God is nothing but the Prakriti. He energy in the Prakriti, he prays, as well as when he doing Namaskara to the space. That is space is self. Where is self? When you are calling the, when you are praying the space, you are increasing the space. This cell phone is having 120 GB. If less GB, more data, it will lead to confusion. More GB, less data, it gives clarity. More, the Chidambara Rahasya, here I am quoting Chidambara Rahasyam, is nothing but Chit means mind, Amara is sky. There is more space, your mind will be placed in better place. If less space, if you put in small room, you put lot of files, you will be more confused, you will not get your file properly. So you have to increase the space. This is the problem of space that will improve with routine Sandhya Vandanam of Indian Orthodox practice. And this is the secret Chidambara Rahasya, and it improves the space of the mind. Then the mind will not confuse and it will become therapy. This is also called Tripura Rahasya, past, present, and future. Next here, God within, God without. This is a Prakriti. We call Prakriti as a female. So what is the link? Why I am quoting this with better therapeutic relationship? Here I am quoting G-O-D. G means generating God, that is Brahma. O is operating God, that is Vishnu. D is destruction, that is the destruction of attachment, is Shiva. So what is GOD? Is there any Indian GOD, American GOD, and European GOD? GOD is GOD for everybody. What is G means? Generation, operation, destruction. That is the energies. We are calling them because it's very abstract things. We are not able to identify as a abstract. That's why we are putting idol worship is doing. What is Satya, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram? So if a patient comes, if you know the reality, Satya, if you know what is the socio-demographic profile, I'll maintain every patient data. Till now, I'm having 72 patient database in my clinic. So if patient comes, if you open his database, you know his caste, religion, social background, village, his profession, everything. If you know his Satya of his life, you can do the better Dharma. That is Vishnu. Dharma is Vishnu, Satya is Shiva. If you are powerful, if you know every data knows about that patient, you will do the best Dharma. If you balance these two, you know that this patient is not paid. This patient is having antisocial background. This patient is a criminal background, but still you have to do Dharma. If not, carry away with the satyas of the patient. So if you balance these two, that is called samanvaya, it will become bhaumukha. What is bhaumukha? Is a Brahma. So Brahma will have 4 faces. So if you balance the satya and dharma, you become bhaumukha. That is why Brahma's wife is Saraswati. If you get the wisdom, if you balance, if you develop this wisdom, you will become creative doctor. A clever therapeutic relationship. Is a person, a doctor can develop a clever therapeutic relationship with that particular patient. He may be enemy to you, he may be poor person, may not pay, he may be a defaulter, but still you can do his dharma. So this is, if you do dharma, Vishnu wife is Lakshmi, will be prosperous. Satya, Shiva wife is a Shakti, will be powerful doctor. If you're having data, will be more powerful. If you do good duty, that is duty, dharma, will be more prosperous. If you balance these two, you become Bhaumukha Pragyashali. That is the best doctor. That is whatever the goal today. Vaidhyo Narayano. Any patient, if you see Dr. Bhumre sees, if you any leading doctor will see 100, I will see 100 patients. 2-3 patients will touch our feet without effort. Generally, they will do that. We don't know what is the link. Maybe a highest level of empathy, our relationship, our that is a product of our Indian civilization. I think I narrated with this from this slide, which is anything. It's not okay. So I explained this already. Our body is our spinal cord. Our body is our temple. Our spinal cord is Dvajastambha. There is no need to go to temple. Temple meaning is this. Heart is our Garbhagudi. White matter is Pala Samudra. Grey matter is good and bad. Reticular activating system is the center of consciousness. You see, there is no Pala Samudra anywhere. Anybody identified the Pala Samudra? Your white matter itself. Now all studies are developing that white matter increases. Synapses are increasing by doing sadhana. How do the sadhana white matter increases? Connectivity between the frontal lobe to occipital lobe increase. The connectivity between the right parietal and left parietal lobe increases. So when connectivity improves with yoga, it will improve the, if you will overcome, you will be divine, above the division of good and bad. Good patient and bad patient, you will see the better way. So if you want to become divine, you have to practice this, and then only your connectivity of the brain will be improved, then you will become the best doctor. And this is what our ancient philosophy is guiding us. And next slide is, what is Guru Chela? I'm closing almost within 4-5 slides. What is Guru Chela relationship of India? The doctor meaning, if you go to any Oxford dictionary, doctor means teacher. That's the meaning of the doctor. How many persons, how many doctors are teaching the patients today? So in olden days, all Ayurvedic doctor or Ayurvedic concept is, whatever you going on treating, the patients will give something, offering. That's called offering. So even the students will give Guru Dakshina to the teacher. The fees between the patient and doctor is also something like Guru Dakshina. It is embedded, it's not the Bhiksha, it is embedded with the trust, it is embedded with love, charity, empathy, and civilized way of service. That's a medical service or teaching, whatever. Now the corporate schools came, this is become a materialized. Even Guru Chela relationship was going off slowly. So that has to be protected. This is a Bhiksha concept in India. In every Upanayana ceremony, in Orthodox families, first thing after Upanayana, the person starts begging. I'm going to Varanasi to do sannyas. I'm going sannyas diksha. Then my grandfather will come. No, don't go. My granddaughter is there. Please come back. You will have to go to samsara. So that is a Dija life. Orthodox Brahmin life starts with Bhiksha concept. Bhiksha, even Ayyappa Diksha persons will collect the Bhiksha and goes to the Kerala to attend the Ayyappa highest pilgrimage. So what is the Bhiksha concept? Collecting Bhiksha is nothing but, it's not a begging. Begging, you cannot ban the begging in India. Begging is a sacred profession. When I started practice in Karimnagar, my fees is 50 rupees and 30 rupees. One of my friend in America, US, called me as a Karimnagar beggar. So I told that I'm a proud beggar of India. Yes, I'm proud to beg in India rather than serving the American. That is the routine talk between myself and my friend. So it's begging. The bhiksha is not something begging. It is a prasada. So if you do service, is the no artha kama, whatever our goal of life, Indian life is dharmartha kama moksha. If you earn the money with dharma, that is it is a prasada. It's not something which is very sacred. Whatever the fees we are seeking from the patient, if you are having that connectivity, certainly we will be prosperous. I am prosperous. I'm seeing patient. I'm trying to do something. I may not be a that person, but I'm trying to that with same thing I want to share with my colleagues here. So what is Guru Chela relation, which was proposed by Neki? Everywhere, Dr. Joshi, other psychiatrists in the audience may know about this. This is a relation between the patient and therapist. When you do be psychotherapy, we develop this relationship with the patient, then only it will become very therapeutic. So why Indian doctors are leading doctors in US? There are 1 lakh physicians treating in United States. You see in Corona, how many Indian doctors are serving United States? You can see there are documentation. There are 1/4 Indian doctors from subcontinent India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh serving Royal College. And why the Indian doctors are most preferred doctors in the world? Because every Indian, average Indian, having this chariot in their mind, it is the running mind, ego is the listening mind, Arjuna, Arjunchevadu, Arjunudu. It is a running mind, like horses. Our mind runs between the behind the desires. But the Krishna tells super ego, don't do this, don't do that. Like Dr. Bhumaredi, Dr. Satwarkar Saab, Dr. Dilip Banashali, Dr. Joshi Saab tells, don't do this, be ethical. All senior people always tells like Krishna, this you should control your id and you have to be balanced. This Hanuman is the symbolic of sitting calmly, because Hanuman sits and silently observes Kauravas and Pandavas, what Krishna is telling, what Arjuna is listening. That is these all components are there in our Indian mind, and we are balancing this. It is automatically there in every Indian. That's why Indian doctors are more preferred in the world. With their global view of is different. That's why they are able to align with Americans, even though they are trained in India. They are able to align with Americans. They are able to align with the Europeans. They are becoming successful doctors. Our global view is different, and this our completely the concept of worldview is Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Not Indians are Sukhino Bhavantu. Our feeling is our family system itself. Vasudhaika Kutumbakam. These are all things. Anywhere Indian can survive. I think no other country, a German will come and survive here, and a American are coming and survive here, because we are having this concept, and every Indian will having this concept. Let us ignite this concept. And medical profession is a noble profession. And the cream of all sciences is the medical. My guru, Dr. Raghuram, used to tell that medical profession is a noble profession because it's the cream of all sciences. Psychiatry and spiritual sciences are cream of all sciences and arts. So this has to be ignited. We have to utilize the spirituality. Then only will become, and this will be last slide. And before that, what is Barbaricans' way of seeing? This is usually I quoted in last 1 decade. I'm quoting this. Who is this Barbarica? He is a Vyasa. He is Lord Krishna. He is Arjuna. He is Bhima. All after ending of war, Kurukshetra war, Vyasa and all Panchapandavas, including Krishna, gone to the top mountain and go to, and you see with folded hands, Vyasa is asking, oh Barbarika Mahashay, you tell the judgment now. Everything is over. Krishna is already there, he is already Vishnu. But he is asking Barbarika to tell the judgment. Krishna is Pandava's side, but is not this nobodiness, because he's not having body. What happened to the body of this Barbarika? Who is this Barbarika? Barbarika is the son of Gatotkaja, who is also son, who is the intern son of Bhima. He came to Pandava, he came to Lord Krishna, asked, oh Krishna Bhagavan, I want to help my forefathers. My forefathers want to go to war, and he's a great warrior. Then Krishna asked this fellow, you introduce yourself, what are your powers, then I will allow to you to the war. Then he tells that he shows his power. He is the one of the most powerful person on the earth. Krishna knows that. So, but he is having a weakness. He has given a word to his guru. Whoever weak, you want to fight that side. Then Krishna told, okay, Barbarika, if Pandavas will become weak, what do you do? Then I will go to Duryodhana side because they are also my uncles. I will go to that side and fight. Then Kauravas will become weak. What do you do? Then I will come to Pandava side, then I will war. I will do war. So that means you are become Sarvanashaka. So better to give your head. That is, it is not possible because you have given word without thinking. Would have given before giving word to your guru, would have think that you should be dharma side, not the weak side. That is the essence of Mahabharata judgment. That is why Vyasa asked this fellow to give judgment because he's not having bodiness. If you are somebody, you will judgment will be impaired. If you are leftist, you go for leftist side, you judgment. Go to right side, rightist judgment. Go to this panel, go to that judgment. Go to that panel, you go to that. You are partial to that panel. That's why you should be have nobodyness. Then only you will become better judgment capacity. That's why you should be like have barbaric way of seeing. A doctor, a ethical doctor should have like this. Maybe poor person, maybe rich person, you may be criminal, maybe antisocial, but you have to deliver the goods. That is a thing. So how to possible? How it is possible? Here, the concept of mind, of Indian mind. So in Westerns ask, what is the concept of your mind? We are having Freudian thinking. What is your mind? Here I am quoting. This is a mind module. I told that's a Krishna chariot, and this module also explains how mind works. Mind means this is a snake. Vishnu is sleeping on the snake. Snake means Nagu. Na plus Agu. In Telugu, Aganidi Nagu. Aganidi. That's Na plus Agu. Aganidi. That is non-stoppable is the Nag. Non-stoppable is a snake. Mind is in the body, mind is non-stoppable. So mind is symbolic of snake. If you control the snake, you can sleep on the mind comfortably. You can make your mind as a comfortable bed. For that, you need a Garuda's vision. So Vishnu's vehicle is a Garuda. He always checks the snake. It becomes statue. If there is a Garuda, snake becomes statue. You can enjoy and sleep on the snake. This is the how to control the mind. That is a Rishi's wisdom. So a person, an evolved human being, a person who want to evolve, who want to be a better doctor, certainly you must control his mind about his materialistic deeds. So this is the last slide. I think this is a conclusion, and thanks to you for giving this last slide explains this is Shiva, is a Nataraja, the master of arts, the Yogishwara, the master of yoga, and is a Adi Yogi, and he is a symbolic of self. The Parvati is a symbolic of mind, the mother, and you see the Vinayaka is a symbolic of parasympathetic system. The Murugan is the symbolic of sympathetic system. You see, sympathetic is fight or flee. Either you fight or flee or escape. This is a Murugan, the warrior. You take Vinayaka, eat, breed, feed and breed. Take food and breed. Relax. Enjoy the life. So parasympathetic will enjoy, very relaxed. So breed and feed and breed, rest and digest. Take rest and digest. That is the symbolic of the parasympathetic system. So if you more relaxed, you will become obese. If you more tense, you will become warrior, like a weightless. So these two are symbolic of nervous, two extreme nerves. If you balance these two, you see the peacock want to attack the snake of the Shiva. Snake want to attack the rat of the Vinayaka, the Vinayaka's vehicle, and lion want to attack the Shiva's vehicle, that is a bull. Lot of anarchy in the Shiva family, but they are Shiva. Is see the Shiva's face, balance yogi. The self must be the balance. To balance these two nerves by yoga, and that is a message of Indian message. That is the ideal personality. What we call instead of schizophrenia, broken mind, the Shivaphrenia. This is the Samanvaya, Samagra. This is the essence of medicine, science of art, which has to be understood by Indian civilization and which is told by Indian civilization. Let us understand and practice probably that will give the message of today's talk. Thank you very much for giving opportunity to College of General Practitioners, all elders, and Dr. President Dr. Lavakumar Reddy, Secretary V.N. Narendra Reddy, Dr. Joshi Saab, who is the founder of this oration, Dr. Setwalkar Saab, Dr. Dilip Bonashali. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Telangana State Bank. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kishan, for this wonderful, enchanting spiritual lecture, I would say, taking us through a journey of our religion and our gods. And this was really a wonderful lecture. Thank you very much, Dr. Kishan. I'd like to thank our chairman, Dr. Satwalkar, before he gives his closing remarks. I'd like to thank Dr. Joshi for initiating this oration in his name, wherein in the last 2-3 years, we have brought eminent psychiatrists who have given lecture here. Dr. Joshi also has started a musical program, Chitra Lahari, which he's been doing every year. Congratulations, Dr. Joshi. I also now like to, after Dr. Ram, Dr. Sai Ram and Dr. Lavakumar Reddy can give their closing remark. Dr. Ram.
I would like to thank the state president. I would like to thank the speaker for a very exuberant and so full of mythological stories which connect to our daily life. I never realized that our mythological stories can be interpreted in such a nice fashion. Thank you, sir, for your elaborate lecture. Now, I thank Dr. Madhusudhan Joshi, who without fail insists on having the lecture on a very specific day. And I thank our President, C. Sairam, for joining us. And over to you, Sairam, for your remarks. Thank you. Sairam.
Thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity and Hyderabad City branch for being part of this oration, because Madhusudhan Joshi is our member and all our members' activities are our activities, I feel, whether good or any of their problems are also our problems, we feel. And we, Hyderabad City, takes its members as a one unit, and Hyderabad City boosts that we have a highest number of members, like around 5,800 members. And our Joshi is very, very helpful in all the activities, and he is the role model for psychiatrists by conducting a lot of psychiatry educational programs, because now psychiatry problems, like for example, from cancer point of view, almost 25% of the cancer cause is a psychological cause, and a lot of patients are committing suicides because of psychological problems. So this is the need of our to have such orations, and I thank our orator for talking good about various patient-doctor relationships, which is a need of our, and I thank everybody for attending this. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sairam. I'll request Dr. President, Dr. Lavakumar Reddy to say a few words. Dr. Lavakumar Reddy.
Unmute, sir.
Unmute, sir. Unmute.
Chairman, College of General Practitioners, Dr. Satwal Ekadji, our Secretary, Dr. Dilip Bhanashali, founder of this, Dr. Madhusudhan Joshi Annual Psychiatry Update Endowment Oration, Dr. Madhusudhan Joshi. First of all, at the outset, let me wish you many, many happy returns of the day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our State Secretary, Dr. B.N. Reddy, and President of IMA Hyderabad City, Dr. Sai Ram, and all the participants. Good evening, everybody. At the outset, let me congratulate, compliment, thank Dr. Madhusudhan Joshi for this wonderful oration. And let me compliment Dr. Kishan. He took us into a spiritual journey, enchanting journey into spirituality, and he gave us a lot of strength to regain our mental health, keeping aside our psychological stress at least for a few days. Thank you very much, Dr. Kishan. And Vaidhyo, the relevance, and Vaidhyo Narayano Hari's relevance in psychiatry and medicine. I think he took us into our childhood days. You have used beautiful words, the most popular words, empathy and doctor-patient relationship. When the childhood days, yes, the days of family physicians, family doctor. 80 to 90% of our ailments used to be treated by our family doctors. Gone are those days. The doctor-patient relationship is gradually being eroded. Corporatization of the healthcare. Even smaller ailments, people are rushing to corporate hospitals, and they're being dominated by MBAs rather than doctors. There's no proper relationship between doctor and so I'm sorry to say that there's no healthy patient-doctor relationship. So that is the need of the hour, but it is being lacked. And about this psychiatry and medicine, I think when compared to the Western countries, I think the US, they say at least 50% of the population must have visited a consultant at least once in their lifetime. But whereas in India, that never used to be the case in the olden days. But as the gradual westernization has begun, our number of psychiatric patients is on the increase. I think I need not emphasize on that. You must be the better judge because of the obvious reasons. I think people like Dr. Madhusudhan Joshi and Dr. Kishan, they are the right people to give us mental health to the population at large. And thank you very much for enlightening us on the importance of spirituality, asana, yoga. And thank you very much, Dr. Kishan. And another important way I use, doctors must be able to fit into patients' shoes. That's where the problems are arising. The negativity on doctors is on the increase because people are selling their properties to settle their bills in corporate hospitals. So there, the general belief that doctors are looting the people. In such situations, we are getting the bad name generally. So otherwise, doctor-patient relationship has to be strengthened, and smaller hospitals need to be restored, preserved, and single and couple doctor clinics, as envisaged by Dr. Rajan Sharma, they need to be saved. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Lokumar Reddy, sir. Thank you very much. If Dr. Ravinder Reddy, Ravinder Reddy is there, Dr. Ravinder Reddy, you can say a few words. Dr. Ravinder Reddy is there. Dr. Ravinder, are you there? Okay, if he's not there, our Secretary of State, Dr. Narendra Reddy, can say a few words. Narendra.
Sir. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much for involving IMA Telangana State in your Dr. Madhusudhan Joshi Endowment Oration conducted by IMA CGP Hyderabad, which has a long history. It has started in the 1960, whatever you told just now. We'll be with you, sir, in your odd positions. I congratulate Dr. Kishan, sir, making a lecture, spiritual, how to become a spiritual well-being without believing God also. I respect Dr. Lokumar Reddy for participating in this oration and giving advice how the people are exploited or sometimes spending more money in the corporate hospital. We should encourage small clinics and small hospitals. That is the way we can give a better service and healthy world. And as Dr. Madhusudhan Joshi has explained, today's theme for World Health Day is fair and healthy, creating fair and healthy world. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Narendra Reddy. If Dr. Boom Reddy is there, very senior ma'am from Karimnagar, Dr. Boom Reddy is there. Kishan, Dr. Boom Reddy is there with you?
Sir is there in the panel, but whether he is unmute. Sir, please unmute, sir. Boom Reddy, sir.
Boom Reddy, sir, are you there?
Sir is not able because very difficult, with difficulty he connected. I'm surprised to have him, but is not able to unmute.
Okay, sir. It's okay. Now, anybody else who is there on this webinar can want to say something?
Dilip, I would like to add a few words.
Please.
If I can. Yeah.
Joshi sir want to talk.
I am really.
Dr. Sabu is there. Dr. Sabu wants to say something. Joshi.
Dr.
Sabu.
So there is one person from Germany, Tubujan. One person from Germany. There are international, some 2 persons joined, sir, from Germany.
Dr. P. N. Rao is joined from England. Is joined from England, yes.
Sabu sir, after you, I will add a few words because the whole
Dr.
idea
Sabu
of
there? Can you see Dr. Sabu? Joshi. He's not there. You can say, yeah, you can continue.
So actually, the whole idea of starting this oration was for 20 years I have been dedicating myself to increase the psychiatry awareness of psychiatric illnesses and the relation between the mind and body, the psychiatry and physical illness. And since I am aging, I thought we can start a oration where new and young psychiatrists can come. And I am thankful to the College of General Practitioner for this. And we had Ashok Reddy coming in the first as a first oration. He gave about the Indian Mental Health Act because most of the physicians are not aware of the new act which has been proposed. Then we had a doctor from Philadelphia. She explained about the domestic violence that is taking place in USA and how it is taking place in India also. We had Dr. Radhakrishna from Dallas who gave idea about the multiple teams involved and giving a mind-body together treatment. Then we had Minaz, our own doctor, who talked about the somatic illness. Our present president of the superintendent of the Indian mental health, Dr. Uma Shankar spoke about the anxiety disorders last year, and we had Anurag talk about psychoanalysis. So all aspects of psychology we are trying to cover, and Kishan came and gave the real good spirituality related talk, how medicine and spirituality are combined, how mind body is related, and the most important take home message is the empathy, the doctor patient relationship and the empathy. I'm really thankful, Dr. Kishan, for coming out with that. And I'm really thankful for giving me this opportunity to talk, Dr. Dilip. And only one point I will add is Dr. Laukumar Reddy had brought in a new concept in his year. Actually, he thought about bringing a bulletin back, and Dr. Sai Kumar and the whole team of us, we could bring out one bulletin. And now Dr. Kishan and Sai Ram and myself probably will try to bring in the first copy of the Journal of the Telangana IMA. I hope all of you will help us in bringing that successfully. Dr. Kishan is really working hard on that, and Laukumar Reddy Sahib is helping us. And Narendra Reddy is always there with all new concepts. So I thank him.
Thank you, Dr. Joshi. I end by giving my heartfelt thanks to all the participants who have participated. Dr. Laukumar Reddy, President Telangana, Dr. B.N. Reddy, Secretary, Dr. Sai Ram, Dr. Joshi. Special thanks to our Chairman, Dr. Ram Satwalkar, and all the seniors, Dr. Sabu, Dr. Boom Reddy, I think the Secretary and the President of Karimnagar branch. And there were 2-3 foreigners NRIs who joined this webinar. Dr. P.N. Rao, especially, who joined it from England. He was a hardcore member of College of General Practitioners, and a lot of other people who have joined. So I thank everybody who has joined today. We had a wonderful journey, spiritual journey, I would say, which Dr. Kishan took us. Thank you, Dr. Kishan, and thank you, everybody.
Dr. Pierre from Berlin, Germany.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Right.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
So we can all log out now.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There are about 50 participants.
Thank you very much, Chairman, sir, for informing us.
Thank you.
Sir, Laukumar Reddy, sir, when are you coming to Hyderabad, sir? Unmute, sir.
Unmute, sir.
Yeah, I'm there on Saturday.
Oh, Saturday. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we will log out. Thank you.
Yeah.